The same kind of thing operates with capitalism, right? Capitalism was born in the Renaissance, they say, in the Italian Renaissance, and has developed over the last hundreds and hundreds of years, and now it dominates the globe. Multinational corporations everywhere, huge banking consortiums everywhere operate with the money and the monetary policies of nations and so on. And the result, you can see on the right here in this chart, the result as of 2017, it's even worse today in 2020. The top 1% owns 50% of all the wealth in the world. It's just an obscenity, right? If we're all human beings, if we all have dignity, if we all have this utopian horizon of a transformed world that is there in our very human, built into our human consciousness, then this is an obscenity, right? And the next 4%, right? If you add the top 5%, they own 75% of all the wealth in the world or more. And then you can see on this chart, the bottom 50% of humanity, they own 0.6% of the wealth. They live in hell. Where is their dignity? Where is their human rights? It's a system that does not respect their human rights, right? And that's what I want to emphasize here, that neither the nation state system nor the capitalist system are predicated as institutions on human rights. Right, you can see it in the. You can see what I'm trying to get at in the little cartoon on the left here. The woman, this who in the cartoon, with her children, and she says mine, right, and she's referring to my children, my family, my life, and something entirely different than what the capitalists on the other side of the cartoon is saying. Mine, right? Mine is money, right? Mine is capital. And so there's a whole disparity, because the human rights and the human dignity are there in the woman and her children, and this accumulation of capital, which gives people power over others, right? The rich have extraordinary power to influence the political process, to create institutions to benefit themselves and the world, to dominate things, to create industrial military complexes which generate bombs and war. The rich have this power because they're operating with something that has nothing to do with human dignity, right? It's accumulations of capital. And it's the same with the nation states, right? A nation state defined by absolute borders, recognizing no power over itself, right? That's what it means to be sovereign. A sovereign nation state, sovereign means ultimate. The ultimate authority lies with the nation. So if the United States is a sovereign nation, there's no authority over it that can tell it what to do. And that's why, as we all probably know, the international law is not really law, because when the UN system formulates a treaty of some sort, and all these nations agree to the treaty, it's just voluntary. There's no authority in the United Nations that can enforce the treaties that it makes with other, because it's a collection of sovereign nations. Right? So we have these institutions that have nothing to do with human dignity that dominate our world. No wonder our world is this horrible place of violence and misery, human misery and violence and disruption.